I can't explain your existence. It's not normal. But I'm pretty abnormal myself.
I'm a genetic freak!
Hello everyone, I'm Dean.
He's Dean.
That's Donnie.
I'm Donnie.
There's our AD.
There are sea shrimp in the seabed.
Okay, let's continue playing some more Ghost Trick.
It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Camilla, not the minister's daughter. They can't tell the difference? What they were just like waiting in the park and they're like, first little girl we see, we're kidnapping
We're
them.
grabbing it.
She's just selling Girl Scout cookies. Whatever, man.
Detective memories out there? Close enough. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. Who sent you? I told Lynne what I had found out about the kidnapping, that it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted, that the kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone.
But Camilla! Why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't just the stupid old justice minister.
I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. Somehow.
Somehow. The poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much.
It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists too. Like the kidnappers winding up in and using Camilla's old house as their hideout.
There's no way it could just be coincidence.
And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead.
I just don't understand any of it.
I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back.
Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped.
Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. How can I believe in you? I'm a realist!
Please! If you don't believe what we say, just see for yourself. Just call home and...
I tried calling 100 times! My wife won't answer!
She won't?
It's complicated! Oh, why does my life have to be such a complicated thing?
But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal?
It doesn't prove it! And I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make if that's not my daughter?
Well.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. No, there's only one person that talks like that.
Ooh, that's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Miss me, baby?
Inspector Cabanella.
Jesus.
I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. Damn, the deep bow. Shit, man. I wish I was half that flexible. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. He just brings a fucking death row prisoner to the fucking minister's office.
Detective Jowd! Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry.
Lynne, please don't apologize to me.
The beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of conversations popping up.
You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanella, that the execution was tonight?
I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you.
And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could have never done such a thing.
Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing.
Huh?
I know two things to be true and two things only. One, he was given the death penalty. And two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby?
If that's the case, why did you bring him here?
Whatever do you mean, young lady?
He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector?
Damn.
For your own selfish reasons. So were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend?
Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby.
that's enough, Lynne.
But Detective Jowd!
I'm a death row inmate who has escaped from prison. This is how it should be.
But...
Hey, we're in the game.
Dang it, where's this conversation? Ah, dang it. Alright.
You missed it. You blew it, Tom.
Alright, let's move ahead with our lives.
Who we trying to talk to here?
Let's start with Lynne, right there.
What?
Yeah, I should talk to Mr. too.
According to what I heard, Emily was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight.
Those horrible kidnappers. They were lying in wait for her.
But Emily didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever.
Huh. And so the kidnappers grabbed Camila by mistake instead?
I guess they probably were just scoping out the apartments, right?
Yeah?
And since, like, theirs are right next to each other,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, you know that one YouTube reporter whose neighbor's house got firebombed?
Yeah.
And then they firebombed his house?
Right.
Because they didn't know whose house was the right one.
Jesus.
You think they've been
That's maybe a dark thing to bring up so casually. Holy shit.
What's up?
You'd think if they were scoping at the house, you'd know the difference between the two. Unless, like, all blue people are colorblind.
I mean, they might not have, like, They might have just been watching today. Like, they just got message from the person that they're having to deal with, like, oh, go to this apartment building and kidnap this girl.
Sure.
You know?
Possibly.
And they're just like, okay, well, this girl came walking out of the apartment building. That
Close
must be
enough.
her.
Yeah, right?
Meets the age requirement. Is child. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Apparently, Emily and Camilla are the same age. The kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up.
It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do that errand for me, this would have never happened.
Oh, right. You asked her to bring the music box.
Camilla.
Alright.
Yeah, talk to this dimwad. My poor Emily. Is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Camilla. Why is a dream talking to me in my head again?
Wait a minute. Emily? Could that be the Emily next door?
Yes, I think so.
Wow. I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door.
No, not me. My wife. It's, complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him.
The minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grew apart, what with him being so busy.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head!
Poor bastard.
This man's life is misery. Hey, we can talk to Look Who It Is.
Oh, snap. Oh, yeah. Let's do.
Do it.
So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping?
Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter.
That's terrible. What's their demand?
The carrying out of your execution tonight.
I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple.
It's not that simple.
Why not?
Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla.
What? Camilla?
I checked it out for myself. I'm positive.
No, it can't be.
And, by the way, Camilla told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight.
For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours.
Is it true? What Camilla said?
Why don't you tell us what you know?
To be honest, I still don't understand what happened to that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. We came home from work, and she went in first.
Mom! Mom!
What was that noise? I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla. Just the two of them.
So the little lady's mother died right in front of her.
Oh my, that's so horrible.
Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move.
An impossible move?
It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of. Even me. But tonight, you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before.
The powers of the dead, right?
That day in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries.
Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers.
Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know.
The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers.
This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was.
Detective Jowd.
There's still time before dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die?
Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption.
The first, of course, was the firing of that gun.
Right. That was an antique gun I'd had on display for years.
So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design.
Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday.
And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid.
Cupid?
It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around.
Oh, yeah, huh.
Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it.
I don't know what to say.
I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in.
This man's covering up evidence.
Right? What kind of adjustment?
The gun, of course.
The gun, eh? Come to think of it. Oh, shit. There was no gun there. Just a picture hanging on the wall.
Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of the frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption. But one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking.
So that gun really did shoot Alma.
I hid the gun before I went to the police.
You hid it?
I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective.
What? You mean...
And that detective still thinks it's a music box.
So that's what was in the box, huh?
I got a different murder weapon ready to give the police. My own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details.
I was thinking about it, like... if you wanted to make it convincing, right? Like, he'd have to, and he wanted his gun to look like the murder weapon. Like, man had to have shot his wife again, right? Because it would have had to been a bullet that matched his gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that creates a secondary problem.
What?
All right, 9 milli. Cap and ball?
Yeah, because that was an antique gun, and then like you then got to account for the shooting angle because that was at a downward from an up to downwards angle. So you would have
He's
had
a
to
big guy.
I guess.
Yeah, but he would still would have had to shoot it like fucking Coyote Smith.
You had to go on a ladder to get that angle. Like there's a lot that he would have
Look,
had to
he
do.
made it look good.
I guess.
Maybe that's
Sure.
the actual thing. They're just like, don't think about it. He's smart. He worked it out.
He knows exactly what to do to make it look bad.
Yeah. Or good in this
Yeah.
case, but yeah.
When this is you.
Yeah, I know. When I was done, I turned myself in.
I don't know why. In my brain, it was like, yeah, I gotta voice the line.
You just want to read it. That's the problem.
Just
you
wanna
just want to
read,
read. Detective Jowd, is what you told us just now true?
Yes, of course.
In that case, there's still time.
Still time?
Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd. And of course, little Camila didn't do it either.
Imagine it, right? So the justice minister is in on these conversations, but poor fucking Cabanella is just there like, what the fuck's going on, baby? What the fuck y'all talking about?
Is that why you escaped? You lost your mind? You finally popped like a zit with your own mortality?
So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camilla's sake.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you, Detective Jowd.
Lynne, where is that music box now?
In Tempsick Park. Camilla left it there.
That gun is important evidence. You better go pick it up.
Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Sissel, take care of Detective Jowd. And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side.
And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say.
They're just gonna let her go?
Yeah, she's wanted for
I'm
a
just thinking,
murder,
like-
too. Yeah.
Hold on, baby. You're still a fugitive.
Right.
What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate.
A little change in plans. My daughter's been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something.
But you're in our custody. Don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby.
Then I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double.
On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend.
I want to save Camilla in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it.
I see, my old friend, in more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in?
Tonight's already rolled over, man.
A little bit, yeah. The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. God damn. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please, don't bow down to me. And especially not that low. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind?
Yes, sir. The hell?
Where'd he get that chair?
He had a chair ready to go, a fold-out chair.
He just keeps it in his ass. The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate?
All right.
Oh, we got another one. I'm glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now. But I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynne does come through with the proof of Detective Jowd's innocence, it will be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping. Somehow. Maybe I should ask for some evidence. Oh, wait. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. That's a good point.
Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped.
But she isn't the one! I'm sure of it!
Well, it'd be great if we could prove that to the minister.
Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever gonna answer that phone if we call from here.
If we call from here, right. But a telephone works in both directions.
Oh shit. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost?
Yes?
I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change this situation.
Gee, detective.
For these past 5 years, Camilla's the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me?
I'll try. The key to getting the justice minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter. But is there a way?
What?
What, you get talking to this asshole? Excuse me, Mr. Minister? I can't hear you! La 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 la. I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you. But there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Oh yeah? Who's that? Me! I can't explain your existence. It's not normal. But I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination. A delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me, though. Good.
Alright. So, one more.
Oh, jeez. Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I've got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. If I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes. I guess the telephone lines are my only hope.
Wait a
Alright.
second.
That card.
But Lynne
That exoskeleton.
was talking to Sissel, and saying, no, it's not his kid.
Yeah.
And then even he's like, even if it isn't my kid,
Yeah.
it's still an execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is it, man?
He's a little erratic.
Look.
Scatterbrained, okay?
You've seen the way he talks about himself.
Yeah.
Even he doesn't trust him.
Yeah. Alright, shall we take this kidnapping case next time?
Sure.
Alright, we'll be back.
It looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. And there's another lucky development too. Emily wants to call her father. Now if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around.